Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to the channel and welcome as always to our coffee times. And today I have a really quick review for you. I just wanted to sit down and talk to you about one of the last thrillers that I have watched, which is The Ledge.
It's coffee time.
Now, this movie was really interesting because when I saw the trailer, which they repeated multiple times in the theater, I had the feeling I had already seen the movie. You know, it's one of those thrillers that you see the trailer and you basically know what's gonna happen, but you still want to go and check out the movie because why not? Honestly, the movie was quite straightforward when it comes to the plot and when it comes to the characters. They were exactly what I was expecting. I'm gonna let you know what I thought about the film. As always, spoiler free. The Ledge is an R-rated mystery thriller directed by Howard J. Ford. Now, when it comes to the plot of the movie, as I said, it's quite straightforward. A rock climbing adventure between two friends turns into a terrifying nightmare. After Kelly captures the murder of her best friend on camera, she becomes the next target of a group of friends who will stop at nothing to destroy the evidence. Desperate to escape, Kelly will start climbing a mountain and will find herself fighting for her life. Now, the film starts with Kelly and Sophie. You can tell that they have been friends for a long time. You can tell that, you know, they really planned out this vacation to climb one of the most complicated mountains. And one night before the big climb, a group of friends from America, all boys, comes to stay at the cabin next door, and they invite the girls for, you know, a campfire, a couple of drinks, and just a little bit of chit chat to get to know each other. So needless to say, things escalate, and as we learn already from the synopsis, and they also show this in the trailer early on, so it is not a spoiler, Sophie accidentally dies and Kelly happens to capture this on camera. Now the boys start a hunt for Kelly to get that camera to erase any type of evidence of anything that might have happened that night. I will not go into details of what exactly happened because I feel like you already get spoiled enough with the trailer and the synopsis. The Ledge is using kind of a simple concept. We have Kelly who is trying to escape this group of guys, and she finds herself trapped in the mountain that she starts climbing. But we also have a group of friends that are not too smart, so these are the type of criminals that, you know, are having trouble to capture their victim. Now, one of my issues with the film was that instead of having a lot more dynamic between Kelly and the male characters, I felt like there was put a lot of effort in the relationship between all of these friends and all the shadiness going on between them, and I was not there for it. I felt like the focus should have been a little bit more on Kelly trying to survive and really facing this man. I feel like because of the way that they focused the story more on the shadiness of this group of friends and how they lie to each other and they cannot even you know, trust each other between them, I feel like the focus should have been put on the survival of Kelly and how she really has to fight for her life, because there was not too much tension, or not as much as I would have hoped for a thriller. Basically, The Ledge turned into a waiting game. You're just waiting and waiting, and you kind of know what's gonna happen. And Brittany Ashworth, who plays Kelly, our main female character, and our victim in this case, she did a really good job. I have to give it to her. And a lot of the scenes with the climbing and everything felt like, you know, she was really struggling, and you felt a little bit more believable. At least she did a better job than I feel like the male counterparts. I felt like their acting was a little bit too much over the top and it was not as good. So The Ledge could have been such an intense, intriguing thriller, you know, having Kelly trapped in that mountain, but because the focus was placed on basically these friends and their relationship, that kind of thrilling element was just taken away. The intensity was not there. Ashworth was in one of the movies that I feel like it's an underrated film, which is Hostile, and I really enjoyed her in that film as well. It's again a movie where she had to fight to survive, so she has already confronted a role like this before, and I feel like I said before, she did an amazing job. The male opponents, the male group of friends that are coming for her, they just felt arrogant and over the top and just so stupid, that at times it felt a little bit like a joke when it was not supposed to be, which is one of the main issues that I had here. Our main villain, if you may, our main antagonist in this film, his line, the way he delivered them, it was just so over the top, so forced, so cliche, that I just couldn't believe the situation. Like, I knew that he was acting, you know what I mean? I had a similar experience not long ago with Firestarter, and again it was the antagonist, so I don't know what's happening, but I just couldn't believe this guy, and it was just so forced. The beginning of the movie is basically showing you toxic masculinity, and it's also taking a little bit over the top just because they want you obviously to hate this man and they want you to root for Kelly when she's trying to survive. So I feel like that rushed beginning that they did was also maybe not the best introduction to the characters, to be honest. I feel like this is a great idea for a short, or you could have explored the movie like in a full-length movie in another way. Like I said, putting a little bit more the focus on Kelly and trying to survive instead of the friendship of this group of friends. I know the reviews for this film are quite mixed, and honestly, even though there are men that exist that are like Joshua, our main antagonist here, I just feel like it was a little bit over the top in this film and it just didn't work for me. It was kind of cartoonish, and the rest of the characters were basically underdeveloped, the rest of friends. And when it comes to Kelly, I feel like they really tried to give her a backstory, and there were a lot of moments where they would show flashbacks that were unnecessary because we are already hearing the story, we are seeing it, so you don't have to show us with flashbacks anymore. I felt like they were redundant and they were unnecessary for the story, so I don't know why they were there. But there are some positive things to this film, which one of the things that I really enjoyed was that despite this movie being on the great outdoors, it did manage to get claustrophobic at times and to give you that feeling of being trapped, of having nowhere to go. Kelly cannot go up and she cannot go down, so she's basically truly trapped in the middle of the mountain. I really love the shots where Kelly is trying to climb, trying to get from A to B, you know, seeing the more physical, more action bits of the film, I really enjoyed. They might be accurate or not, I'm not an expert climber, but I really did enjoy those shots. I felt like they did pay attention to small details, you know, like her fingers being all bruised and messed up from climbing with her bare hands, things like that. I'm pretty sure they forgot other things, and I'm pretty sure there are some things that are not logical or physically possible, but you could see in Kelly's character like the physical and the mental decline, like everything that it was taking from her to try to escape climbing that mountain in the conditions that she encountered. When it comes to the horror, there is not too much. There's a couple of scenes of deaths, of course, and you might see a little bit of gore here and there, but I feel like a lot of things do happen off camera, or a lot of things you cannot really see, so there is not too much when it comes to the gore, just a little bit. And when it comes to the horror, it's not really a horror movie, so it's not looking to scare you or to put you in an unsettling, uncomfortable position in any way. It's just more of a mystery thriller. But like I said, for me, the intensity was missing. There was no real like fear for Kelly, if I may say, and you were just kind of waiting it off to see the outcome that you kind of already expect from a movie like this. So at the end of the day, I ended up giving this movie a 1.5 out of 5. I feel like it's a great idea that could have been executed in another way. I feel like it has good things. I feel like Brittany does a good job with her character, Kelly, but I feel like the dialogue in the script was a little bit too cringy. It's just all the, you know, terrible dialogue, the overacting from the male characters, I just couldn't take. So it is a very straightforward thriller that never really goes out of the status of a B movie, I would say. So in my opinion, you can skip it in the theater if you have other things to watch and wait for this to be available on VOD or somewhere else for rental or whatever. If you want to just enjoy a simple mystery thriller, go ahead, but don't expect like a really intense, gripping, mind-blowing thriller, because this one doesn't even really have many twists and turns or anything that leave you like shocked, so there's also no shock value in this one. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed the spoiler-free review of the movie The Ledge. It's now on theaters, and yeah, let me know if you've seen the movie, if you've seen other things by the director, and what your thoughts were. Let's talk about it in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much as always for watching, and I hope to see you all in our next coffee time. Bye!